Hi, and Merry Christmas. Wow, today's the 15th. Only 10 days until Christmas. Um, we're having, I'm not trying to make anybody sad here, but we're having a difficult Christmas where we can't, um, get each other gifts and stuff. But we both had a DLC come out this month. Um, downloadable downloadable content, I think. But I think that's what it stands for. Um and so we were able to come up with money for that. Me and my husband made a deal that if I came up with $20 worth of points, he'd come up with the other 10. And I reminded him of that and he wanted to back out of it. um you could tell by the that he gave me. But yeah. He had to get me a $15 card instead of a 10. If he had got me a 10, then I wouldn't have been able to do everything that I needed to do, because literally on my list was literally on my list there was the DLC for Dreamlight Valley, and then there was um, two DLCs for Golf with Your Friends. And so, anyway, I had some money in my account already, and I didn't realize it. So with getting the $15, I finally went on there, about 3 days ago. Yeah, because I went on Friday, and I'm like, oh, I can afford this. And then I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to afford the other one, because one was $4.49, I think it was, and the other one was $2.49. And it turned out I had enough for both, so that's three things off my Christmas list, right? So the only thing that's really on my Christmas list right now, that's reasonable, is another zip up sweatshirt. Well, and to be able to afford cat food. Um, you know, with the money that my husband's making. Um, so literally, if you're trying to offer me art help or help getting published with a firm that I might get more money from, um, I cannot afford help right now. And really, not trying to be rude, but I don't want it. I mean, seriously, if I could guarantee that I would definitely be making more money with the help, then that'd be great. Except for that everybody wants to charge me, and I can't do that right now. My husband's money all has to go to bills, and so, this year isn't feeling like it's Christmas because I'm not even looking forward I'm not even looking forward to I'm not looking forward to Christmas Day because I know that we're not going to get anything. Um we're not going to be able to give anything. Sometimes it's more fun for me to see everyone open the gifts that I got them and see their reaction. And then, but I would like to at least be able to get something too. I know it's not the important part, but I did get except for the except for the tablet, I have gotten everything on my Christmas list. So pretty happy. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Because the tablet comes with, yeah, you can make payments until you own it, and then it also comes with like I think he said $10 or $20 a month to keep it. um it's like a phone um where you gotta pay monthly to keep it in service. And I don't know why they did that. It's a tablet, but still, it would be good because then I could edit my stories on it while I'm out, and then bring it home and not have to worry about opening up the program on my opening up that file on my computer and the edits not be there. At least that's what they tell me. And so far, it has worked. I opened up the file on my phone and it was updated. So, um, I love OneDrive. Speaking of that, though, I write books, and that is why, the OneDrive being synced to my phone is so important. I write books. They're available on Amazon in hardback, paperback, and ebook. There will be 6 links to one of my, there'll be 6 links in the description below, and you just click on one of them, and it'll take you to one of my books on Amazon directly there. No stopping off at websites. And if you're nervous about using your card online, because so many people get scammed every year for Christmas, you can go to a place like Walgreens or Tractor Supply, I think. Maybe your local grocery store. You know, um, we tried to get one from Save Mart one time, and we had to get the money refunded because it didn't work. Save Mart's one of our local grocery stores. I don't know if it's a Kroger grocery store or not. I have no idea. But it's like, specifically over here. Like other people, I want to say the grocery store is Piggly Wiggly. They might have that, or Arizona has Fry's. It's Fry apostrophe S. And my books are The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 1, Pirate's Daughter, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 2, Misfortune, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 3, Hard Times, The Rolling Sea Traitor Book 1, Esperanza's Party, The Rolling Sea Traitor Book 2, The Island. I'm working on The Rolling Sea Traitor Book 3, Lessons in the... yeah, getting tongue-tied. Lessons in Love. And I'm within... okay, I'm working on page 299 out of 377 or 378, not sure which at the moment, because I added some to this. I added some to I'm sorry. I added some to the oh, okay. I added some to the added some story to the file because some things just weren't explained properly the first time. They were still in rough draft mode, or it didn't matter to the story, but didn't sound right after I was I was reading it yesterday and I'm like, this does not make any sense. No matter what road she was going up. No matter what road she was driving on, it did not make sense. So I went and changed it to where one of the streets dang. Anyway, whatever street it is that you get to. Oh, I didn't even have it right over here. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix it. I think I'm gonna have to fix it because over here, it's not a straight shot. I mean, a straight route. You still have to, like, go right and down the street and stuff. I'll try to make sense later. I am having trouble. Gosh. Well, that's kind of new. Says I became a full-time streamer thanks to... I ain't saying where. Because you can become a full-time streamer by streaming full time. But yeah, okay, so we have not built the high school yet. Oh, let me do something real quick. There we go. Okay. Trying to kill my phone, but I'm also trying to get the Xbox points. So, um, so I can recharge it. Um, anyway, I'm trying to kill my phone and oh, that's what I forgot. Um, anyway, so I got a 2+ hour Steve Harvey video from Family Feud, and I liked his little talk show. Speaking of that, um, but I've got that on there, and hopefully the phone will die before the video does. I mean, before the video ends. So, we're not ending by any means at the moment. We're not ending, but if you're watching me on YouTube right now, please follow and chat. And if you are watching me on YouTube right now, please like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and please get those valid public watch hours up. That would be the bestest Christmas present in the whole entire world, actually. Because if y'all get the valid public watch hours up, then I can maybe start making some money, and that helps me with the household bills as well as doing the stuff that I really want to do, like making sure that people that are less fortunate than me have food, and little kids have toys for Christmas, and um and we get rid of cancer and COVID and all those other diseases. And you know I'm not just interested in helping people. I could help some poor person keep their pet alive too. Speaking of that, I'm a little bit worried because Ben is going to be 13 this year. And that is the highest age that we've ever had a cat get to so far. Oh, and if I have any prayers in chat, there's a kitty cat named Glamour who needs a ton of prayers. we just lost our cat in January, so we know what this family is going through. And I mean, it's probably going to be Glamour's last Christmas if she makes it that long. But she needs a lot of prayers. I don't remember how old she is, but if you watch, what is it? I should know what it is. I feel like I don't know, I feel like a little bit of a bad person because I can't remember their exact. Oh, it's the Chronicles of Todd, and then so there's a hyphen and it says Todd Talks uploaded, and then specifically the one that brought this on is Glamour Health Update 12/13/25. So I don't know if this is gonna be if this is gonna be popular, but I don't say certain things to be popular. I say certain things because they need to be said. This kitty cat needs help, and I don't exactly know what's going on, but she's got something that is messing in the area. It's messing with the area around one of her eyes, or at one of her eyes. I'm not sure how to say that. Anyway, and so it's causing problems. And it's making her sneeze a lot, which is not good. And if she's got projectile sneezes, that's even worse. You don't want your cat to have projectile sneezes. I don't really want to explain those on stream, but they're not fun. Especially because your cat tends to sneeze on you. Let me put it that way. um, if you would like me to explain, just, get in the chat today, or please, get in the chat today, or when you're watching this on YouTube, let me know. I will explain. I usually call it something else, now that I think about it. Anyway, I'm in we're like in the kind of holiday blues phase where we're just having a little bit of a case of holiday blues. We can't go see our kids. We can't send them presents. I'd like to be able to go see family, but the truck's really not up to it either. He's supposed to get a newer car because they're afraid that his is going to fall apart. He came up with an idea, but it won't work because even if his dad's car is even if his dad's car is 2019 or newer, they expect you to actually drive it. So, yeah. Yeah, because they both have the same name, except for the middle name. So, well, I guess it's not okay to be devious with your boss anyway, so. I mean, it wouldn't be malicious devious, but. But the idea was that it would give him a little bit more time to try to find a vehicle. Um, and preferably around here, four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive would be the best because there's snow on the ground part of the year, and I really don't want him crashing into anything. And I am so grateful he does not have to go to Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe. Well, any part in Tahoe. Only problem is that he might end up having to go there if they built a Smith store up there. But so far, there's, I think he said, one in Reno, one here where we live, one in Gardnerville, and I think there's another one he goes to. Oh, maybe it was Minden and then Gardnerville. I don't know, something like that. It's like a local grocery store, but it's big like Rayleigh's, like their Kroger stores. I don't know. I just assumed at one point in my life that you go to another state and you can find every single grocery store that you find in your own state. And then we moved here and it's like, wait, there's no Albertsons, there's no Lucky's. Um, we finally got a Food for Less or Food Max, whichever one it was. I mean, whichever one it is. Um, but mostly we have we have one Save Mart. I was gonna say we have two. I was gonna say we have two, but we only have one. They closed one. And I'm wondering what they're gonna put in there instead. I want a bookstore again. But the problem is that people don't buy books. Or like the people who do buy books don't live here. Or they buy ebooks, so like you get a whole book for say $4 and it's great because you don't have to have this, you don't have to have a bookshelf for a digital book. But it's not the same necessarily. And depending on what you're using to read the book, you may have to go from the very top like from the first page where it says, for my phone has learned that I don't like that. It needs to keep its spot. But like sometimes you're on page 298 or 235 or whatever. And you want to continue from there, but it makes you scroll all the way from page 1 where it says The Rolling Sea Beginnings, book 3. Traitor, book 3, Lessons in Love, I say that because I do have that on my phone. And um like I said, it got down to 13%. So I'm like, okay, I want to kill it the rest of the way. And then I can charge it and not have to worry about it. So I made my cat feel guilty earlier. And he came down and he hung out with me for a little while. Well, he was sleeping on the back of my chair. Same difference. Ugh. Anyway, I made him feel guilty, so he came down and slept um behind me on the back of the chair, and I'm happy about that because the last kitty who spent so much time on their own was Coral. And Coral, she'd be hanging out in the cabinet, um, under the sink in the kitchen, or she might be hiding in a box. She was never really a box kitty, so that didn't make any sense to us. Or she might be hiding out under the table, or, you know, like anywhere that she could be with us, but not cuddling on a lap. And yeah. So, I'm remembering I'm remembering her too this Christmas. And so far I'm very happy about this. So far she's the only one from uh this year that has passed away. So, hopefully we'll keep it that way. 'Cause my aunt has, I think she said leukemia. I'm not sure. But anyway, she has some kind of cancer. And so far, she's kicking its butt. So, Mama had, I think, breast cancer, and she kicked its butt. And so I'm not really that worried, but still, they're in Arizona in the same place that Mama was, and after hearing more of the story, because they didn't want to tell me at first, after telling me more of the story, I really don't trust them. Well, I don't trust them from that year. Maybe they got new doctors. I don't know. I didn't think of that. Seriously doubt it, but anyway, okay. Um, so, um, we only had 7 houses to go on this side of the street when we started this project today. And hopefully we can do 2 things today. A, finish the 7, and B, kind of try to explain what I was talking about um, with the story, because in my head when I was writing it, when I was rewriting part of it, it was a straight road from uh okay, yeah, it was a straight road from town. The town part of town to the mansion, but I don't think that's what it actually looks like. Wait. Okay. I thought I saw a part that was not perfect. But I didn't. Okay, so. Oh, that's the pail. Okay. I'm like, what color is that? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it land on bamboo for a 2-story. You'd think it would at least once. It's landed on oak. Um, I think it's landed on spruce, but I don't know. I know one of the houses, or at least at one point, one of the houses was landing on an odd color because it was landing on a color it shouldn't be because of Michael's house, I think. Or it was gonna end up on that and they changed it. Something like that. Anyway. Anyway, I wish that we could sing Christmas songs and you know, I wish we could sing Christmas songs on our streams and share hot cocoa over the internet, and or if you drink hot apple cider, hot apple cider. I think that would be really cool. Have like giveaways of um you know gift cards at this time of year. Come on. You know what I'm asking you to do. He just looked at me like, no. Just trying to get him to settle down on my lap. So for a while now, I've been telling him to sit and he lays down. And it's like, okay, close enough. He's a cat, but he's a smart cat. Like we used, when we tell him hi, he says hello. And when we tell him hello, he says hi. We accidentally taught him that when he was little. Well, we didn't have him when he was little. We had him when he was about 1 year old. I would like to find out, like have them do a blood test and figure out exactly how old he was. Or, how old he is. I mean, we know with Ben and Bobby was like 4 months old when she got adopted, so we pretty much know when Bobby was adopted too. But we're not entirely sure with Sam. Hi. Ben's behind me again. Hi. Okay. Um. I almost wish I had a kitty cam. But the problem is that I'd have to be on the camera too, because that's where they hang out, they use me as a kitty bed. So, or Ben's behind me on the back of the chair. I keep doing that. Okay. So we got to have sugar cookies yesterday, and they did not bug me. So I was happy about that. So that means that if I wanted to make sugar cookies, I might be able to make them too. I've got a sugar cookie recipe. And in fact, I've got a book called Big Soft Chewy Cookies. Dang it. Anyway, I got a book called Big Soft Chewy Cookies. And apparently there's some different apparently there's some different versions of that book because I think the recipe is different than what I wrote down. It's like, I wanted to go and see if I could make cookies from scratch, from ingredients. Not like go to the store, separate the Pillsbury pieces and do it that way. I wanted to see if I could actually make them from a recipe, and I'm pretty good at it, except for that you gotta add, I like my sugar cookies to actually taste like they're sugar cookies. With lots of sugar. I don't know if I can do that now, but so I end up like doubling the amount of sugar that goes in there, and then you gotta add a little bit more of the um something um water, or I don't know. There was something in there that you had to add more of to make to get it to come out right. And then you go and put it in the refrigerator for like 3 hours. I don't know. I usually put it in there by feel, you know, however long I thought they needed to be in there for. Um, that was the hard part. Actually, mixing it up is the hard part. Anyway, I was always the baker of the family, but the problem is that I don't use ingredients usually. I use a box mix for cake, and um, I use a box mix for cake and a box mix for brownies. And oh, and I can make muffins too. But it's all got to be a box mix. So it's like I could have probably had a very money making job, being a baker somewhere, maybe in a grocery store, but I use box mixes, so. And I kind of feel like a failure, because they always showed on the commercial, you know, mix together the, you mix together the mix, uh, and you put the little pan in the easy bake oven. Although I had to watch it bake oven, so maybe that was what the problem was. But I could not do um I could not do that. No matter how hard I tried, it did not come out. It would like still be dough. Who came up with the concept of cooking stuff with a light bulb anyway. I hear that Easy Bake Oven has like heating elements now, like an electric stove, just, tiny. I was watching. Oh, I think it was the YouTube video from 1970. Uh, or it was talking about the 70s, I think. Um, and it was saying how you know uh you know all this stuff that was perfectly legal in the 70s and is no longer legal now. So, okay. Everything down here looks good. Just got to do this roof. And then we've got 1, 2 houses because we'll be able to just take that off and move to that one. So I tried to watch. I've been trying to watch 3 Christmas specials. Um, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Santa Claus movies, Frosty the Snowman. Yeah, I've been trying to watch, um, or the Great Santa Claus Chase from the Dukes of Hazzard. That kind of bugged me. Um, he's talking about the. I haven't gotten to watch John Snyder since last month, I think. But anyway, he was talking about the Christmas episode where there's 6 Santa Clauses, and he got all the information right, but he did not get the title right at all whatsoever. So anyway, I put it in the comments below. It's Great Santa Claus Chase. Um, if you want to watch it too, if you also want to watch it, um, it's from season 3, and if you have it on DVD, it's I think it's one of the ones that you watch the first 3 episodes. Um, oh, what was it? Yeah, I think it's you watch the first 3 episodes, flip over the disc, and it's on that side. And one of those either side, we'll call it side A and side B. Either side A has Mrs. Roscoe P. Coltrane, or side B does. I think side A. Anyway, I love that show. And the only reason why I remember that though is because of the Christmas episode. And for some reason I was remembering the episode where Miss Tisdale goes like to see her sister upstate or something like that. I don't remember what the exact storyline was, but she went somewhere. So, um, so Daisy had to take over at, or not had to, got to take over at the post office, and Bo and Luke got to take over for the taxi company or cab company. I'm not sure which one they called it. But anyway, and somehow there was two business guys, and I want to say they had an envelope, but I want to say that they were the bad guys too. Ah, I'm gonna have to watch that one again. Oh, that looked like two the same, and then I was like, oh no, okay. That one's bamboo, that one's oak. It's weird how your mind plays tricks on you. Um, like like yesterday, I couldn't remember 'cause I made the Disneyland video, and I know I said about my books then, and then I made I think Minecraft after that, and I didn't know if I'd already said it, so if I did twice, I'm sorry, but yeah, I couldn't remember. And then I think yeah, I got some of the Dreamlight Valley stuff done too. I think today, like if I go and finish the chapter that I want to get done, I think I will go and um I'm finishing a chapter right now, but that's not the chapter I'm talking about. Talk about the next one. Um if I can finish that, then if I can finish that, then I'll be pretty much happy. Okay, I'm gonna go and go like this. Ooh. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why is it running up that side of the street? And then, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Why do I have it going over there? And what? Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to work on that. 'Cause I don't know why. Well, I know that eventually I want this to weed back through the neighborhoods just because we can, but I am still debating. Okay. I'm still debating whether I want the high school to go this way or if I want to keep it going that way. Kind of like it that way, but whether I change it or not, it's not going to bother how the story is written, so that's the best part. You know what? Let's do that. Okay. Anyways, oh, I was telling you about the Christmas um shows and movies and stuff. Yeah, so I was supposed to watch Richie Rich's Christmas Wish, and I think I ended up falling asleep on it. So then I missed Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I really, really, really wanted to watch. And and what is after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in my little list? Oh, Saint Nicholas, a story of joyful, uh, just a story of joyful, but I think it's joyful giving. Anyway, it's a Veggie Tales movie, and I like it. Um, so it's telling the story of, um, like, it's basically telling the story of how Santa Claus got to be Old Saint Nick. And, Santa Claus. Um, but I don't get it because they call him Old Saint Nick, right? And then I was just thinking, what does he always tell everybody that his name is? Kris Kringle. How does that work? Or is it like Santa Claus, where one of the Santa Clauses was, um, where one of the Santa Clauses was Nick, and another Santa Claus was, um, like another Santa Claus was Steve, and another was Earl, and Sam, and, I don't know. I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching one a day, but I never got to, like I said, I think I fell asleep on Richie Rich's Christmas Wish because I was that tired, you know, so I didn't get to watch the end of it. But it's got the kid who plays I think he's the youngest son, or I think he's the youngest, but he's, if not the youngest specifically, he's definitely the youngest son from the TV show Seventh Heaven. And I think he did an excellent job. But I do think that they should have kept the same, uh, the same actors and actresses for his parents. Because if you've ever seen the movie Clue, they have the actor who plays Colonel Mustard and the actress who plays Miss Scarlet as Richie's mom and dad, which is perfectly fine. Really, really it is. But it's just a little weird for me. Of course, like if they would have kept up on the kept up on the movies, they would have probably had to have another kid play Richie Rich again, because of course kids grow up and get older. And fun fact for you, in the movie Richie Rich, the original, Macaulay Culkin, um, Mr. Home Alone himself, played the title role of Richie Rich. And I think it worked pretty good. I mean, it worked really good. So, my in-laws were watching. Okay, so they bribed us with cookies and gas money. Sugar cookies and gas money. To come over and help them get their ornaments on the tree because, like my father-in-law couldn't necessarily see the branches very well, and my mother-in-law can't stand up that long. So even though it's a 3-foot tree, literally it's a 3-foot tree on a TV tray, which I would not have put it on that TV tray if if you told me that you'd give me $1 million. Well, okay. If it was that situation, I probably would have, but at the moment, because we need money, um, I don't seem to be able to get a job. Nobody wants to hire me. But I'm writing my books, and so we do get some money from that, but not much. Um, I literally get for the paperbacks $5 a book, and for the ebooks I get about $2 a book. It's a little over that because it's $5 and some change, or $2 and some change, but still I don't get very much from the book, and I've got to charge you know way more than I wanted to charge. I wanted it to be like $7.99 at the most, but you're getting good quality book for the 15, 20, or $25 that you're spending on the book. And like one of these days it would be good if I could go and like be able to offer a box set. um well, it wouldn't really work right now because we've got 3 books from the first half, and we got 3 books from the first half and 2 books from the second half. So it's really not going to work very well. But um, there is something that I desperately want to do today. And so there's a whole bunch of videos I have not watched. They are TSMC-Minecraft videos. And if you want to learn how to build something, he might have a tutorial for it. Um, like if it's uh I mean, like city builds and churches and all that kind of stuff. If you're looking to build a uh like say lava harvester, he's not your guy. He might have that, but I don't think so. But yeah, he's helped me build so many different things. Um the first thing that I ever built of his was that church. And I've got to go and figure out what street. I think I want to make it like 3 streets away from I think I want to make it okay. I think we're on street 7. So that's 8, 9, and then 10. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I want to, then, but it's got to be down that way. It's got to be down that way. Um, 3 sections of 7. Yeah, I went like 3 sections of 7 away from the road with the water next to it. Um, anyway, I've got a whole bunch of different videos, but I haven't gotten to watch them yet. And some of them I actually want to build, and some of them I don't. So, it's just, it doesn't fit my build at the time. Or a whole bunch of them, I can go and put them um, in one of my other build, I mean, my other build with the 2 upside down towers, but they shouldn't go in this one. Um, let's see here. So yeah, in story writing, I haven't really gotten. Story editing, I haven't really gotten past where I was before. Um, I got distracted yesterday, and like I said, well, we had to go over to their house to help decorate their tree, and I will not be surprised if she goes and redecorates it because she's done that just before. um, but um, after that, oh, and I got to take their dog for a walk, and the really cool thing is that they have actually taught him to go in the gutter now. So if he has to, um, if he needs a potty break, then um, that's where he goes instead. And then it's no fuss, no muss if he, has to go because they've got one of those, you know, doggy Mr. Grabber things to go and pick up the mess. Anyway, I wasn't expecting that, so he goes and did it that way, and I'm like, okay, that's good. And then he took me back home. The only problem is that he pulls a little bit um, when you're trying to go back to the house. And I've got to be careful of every little step because um, they, they don't have a flat yard. It goes down a, a little bit of a hill. Uh, Not a hill. But anyway, it's not flat. So it goes down to that spot. And I don't know who designed that house. Or, like designed their street in general, but it's a little weird. And it's funny because like their driveway lets out onto a different street than because they're on the corner. Their driveway lets out into the lets out onto one street, and they live on the other street. I mean, their actual physical address on the other street. It's kind of funny. Okay, so why are we putting this? Oh. And of course, you don't notice it until, you've already done half the project. Well, we'll get it fixed and then we'll move on. Okay. Yeah, because remember I did the whole entire over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember them going to the museum. I just realized that. In Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. So I've got to watch that, and we're trying to get some YouTube videos out of the way. Um, we're trying to catch up desperately. The good news is that, like, say next month or, even after, even after, um, after, Christmas Day, I won't be having to worry about that because I can watch all the YouTube videos and, it won't be a big deal. Um, okay. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Glamour again. Yeah, I feel bad for their family because, you know, I guess Glamour. I don't know if she's their first cat, but yeah, I think she is. Um, anyway, so he's doing cute little videos where it's like, um, I mean, he usually does cute little videos where it's showing Todd, and he's using the buttons to say what he wants to do, and sometimes he even comes up with with names for his new toy. But Glamour's on there too, and like at least a few times he's told the story of Glamour, and how she was a sassy little um, kitten or cat in the shelter, and he decided to take her home, and she's been their cat ever since. And then all of a sudden, when I think she was 5, I may be making up stuff, but anyway, I think it was when she was 5, they decided to get Todd. And Todd was a kitten, and at first she thought he was a big pest, but now she's like cuddling with him and stuff. They've got 2 baskets on their daddy's desk, and Glamour sleeps in the one, and Todd sleeps in the other, and they love being next to each other. They've got another cat named Polly, but he's not a cuddle muffin yet. Well, Glamour's not really a cuddle muffin. She's like, you know, her cat parents have learned to say, "May I pet you?" before they, touch. With Bobby, it's she's not used to. Yeah, I guess she's not used to everyone paying attention to her. She's usually left to her own devices. Well, we go and, pet her every time we walk by. Like, if I have to go upstairs to, um, if I have to go upstairs, I'll go and pet her on the way up. And she wakes up and it's like, why'd you wake me up? Look on her face, and there you go. Ben hop down. I don't want Ben to hop down. Anyway, um, Coral passed away in January, so I'm like being super sensitive to that. It could be Ben's time. And, that's why he's all of a sudden not hanging out with the family as much. So I told him, come down and spend time with the family. And he did it. I've got some very smart kitty cats. Of course, Sam is smart enough to, um, I think, I don't know. I will make up a scenario like my husband asked Sam, "Did you chew on the Christmas tree?" And he goes, "No." Wasn't true. He was chewing on the Christmas tree. He definitely was. Anyway, I pretty much cannot wait until Wednesday because then I'll have a whole day to do Dreamlight Valley stuff. I don't know what I'm going to call the video, but um I was trying to divide it up, and I still might do that. But I was trying to divide it up to where I was trying to divide it up to where, Cruella missions were Cruella missions and Snow White missions were Snow White missions, but the whole thing is Wish Blossom Ranch. And that didn't exactly work because, some of the stuff overlapped. So, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I might take a Dreamlight Valley break later and do some Star Path stuff or do, 'cause somebody was saying that I think, I want to say it was Sorrow, was saying that he was done with the Star Path. Might have been, might have been Mr. Star and Sky, but I think it was Sorrow. And I'm like, oh no. I feel like I'm behind now, which is not true. It's not finishing the Star Path because there's still the the weekly duties. I don't remember what you call them, but there's still the weekly duties, and so it's only getting it done to a certain extent. And I'm having a little bit of trouble coming up with time because I'm trying to finish my book. So, and then I think, okay, so I want to do The Rolling Sea Beginnings, Book 4, Finding Love, because I have no idea what's in that book even, or if I even finished it correctly. Um, it may not be finished. I think I finished it, but I'm not entirely sure. Because there was a time when I didn't have it finished. Anyway, I had to add 2 new characters to that one because, story-wise, it made sense. Yeah, I don't understand why this is going all the way that way because it should be going that way. No idea. Sorry, not trying to go for a scary effect or anything like that. By whispering the upset, but yeah, it's supposed to go this way. It's not supposed to go to the next street and keep going. This is to remind me of the houses that I don't have done yet. So I'm going to go and fix that little problem right now. Um, Great. I don't even have the colors correct over here. Oh, that's just great. Yeah. Notice I'm being sarcastic about that. Yeah, so when I get back down to the other side, yeah, so see, we're on 7. It's a backwards 7 at the moment, but keep feeling like I need to sneeze and then it won't come. Anyway, we'd had Coral since she was a tiny little less than 2 pounds kitten. So that really came as a blow when when it was finally her time. We understood, but, it was still very, very sad. And then we've had Ben since he was about 4 months old. Um, and he did not want anything to do with me. He did not like me at first because I wasn't his mama. I wasn't his original mama, so he's like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Um, and my husband went in and I couldn't go up the stairs because they're outside stairs. And there were rickety outside stairs. Yeah. So them being rickety outside stairs, that just cemented it even more. And that just cemented it even more. And so my husband went up and got Ben, and then we were able to, adopt him. Oh, this is going to be fun. I have to work around mangrove trees. That's going to be fun. Not. Anyway, as soon as we finish Street 7, we'll be able to go to Street 8 and then Street 9, and then we'll be on Street 10. And that's only got one side of the street to. So I got, what, 4 more? No, wait, this is Street 8. So 5 more. No, I mean 6. Wait, okay, so we got the 1 street of 7, 2 streets of 8, 2 streets of 9. So we have 6, yeah. And as soon as we're done. Oh, no, 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 no. You cannot overlap the road. You're not allowed to do that. I'm sure there are some streets out there where the trees are over the road, but so there's a whole bunch of stuff. I think it's still there. There's a whole bunch of stuff that my mom left behind, my mama left behind when she passed away. And they wanted us to go through everything and see what we could do about it. And like if we could get, what we wanted and uh what we wanted out of it and everything. And there's just very few things that I wanted. And we were supposed to go back over there, and I didn't get to grab them. So, but they're still at my uncle's house, and we would just have to be able to get to Arizona to get it. Okay, there we go. See, that was the last house. And then I want to go and make sure the colors are right because somewhere down there they weren't. Wait. Because there was literally two houses. So then there's that one. That is the color that's supposed to be there, correct? Correct. Okay. But then we got that again. So that's not right either. Look! A bamboo house! Oh my goodness! I'm excited. Okay. So then we finally got a bamboo two-story. I said it should happen at least once. Oh my goodness. Steve Harvey is still playing. Wow. It's just, it's a bunch of Family Feud episode thing. Stuff that happened in a Family Feud episode that somebody thought was interesting. Oh, first time chatter. Best viewers over here. Yeah. Why do I always get the first time chatters that are trying to sell me junk? Why can't I get the first time chatters that actually want to say hi and maybe they're a millionaire and don't have anything to do with their money, so they want to give me, as much money as I need to further my career. Literally, I would just want $250,000. If somebody wanted, seriously, if somebody wanted to give me, not a loan, but just give me money, all I would want is $250,000. Part of that would go to paying back the large amount of money that were borrowed from my in laws to get this place. And the rest of it would go to paying this off and probably catching up on the HOA fees. But then his paycheck wouldn't have to go to that. So, we could do more stuff like and getting our eyes checked. We both need that. And, if you don't have good eyes, you can't really make videos because you might accidentally um, name it something, name your video something that gets you in trouble instead of something that makes people see it. Um, that's how that is definitely how I'm gonna justify that one. Because there's been times when I typed it and I'm looking at it going, that doesn't look quite right. And I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be the one way or the other, so I ended up deleting what I typed and then typing it very slowly. Wow. So this is taking a little longer than I expected it to. But I think it's making for a good series. And we're almost on 200 videos just for this one series. How many, seriously, how many YouTubers can actually say they know exactly how many videos that they used on, how many videos they made for one series? And I'm doing that on purpose because, yeah, you can see how many days I've been in the world, but is that really accurate? It is, but like, you may on a Tuesday see that I've been in the world for like, 3,000 days, let's say, and then on the next Tuesday, it says more than that, and I haven't been on. So, there's that too. Okay, so this. Why? Why? What am I trying to put? Oh, trying to. Am I? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about, how many days it took me to be in the world. Like because if I go on there, oh boy, that's fun. No, I think it's actually here. Let's put it one over. Yeah, it is. It's here. Because we're gonna bring the pathway up here, and then this is gonna wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is one thing that is missing out of my list, and there's because it's only part of the episode. It's not the whole it's not the whole thing revolves around that around Christmas. But uh with the TV show Initial D from 2010, I think you would qualify it as Japanese anime. Um, but yeah, on that one, there's Takumi said that they're not really doing anything for Christmas, and they haven't since his mom went wherever she went. They don't say whether whether they're a divorced family and she just kind of gave up on both of them, or if she passed away, or what. Maybe they did, but I don't think they did. Um, so anyway, whatever the heck happened, his girlfriend, well, she's pretty much a girlfriend, goes and has them, okay, has them, celebrate Christmas, and she's got a cute little Christmas tree that turns around, that goes around in circles like a carousel. I think it was, or maybe it just played music. But um, anyway, it was, a nice thing that she did for them because they really enjoyed it, and I want to watch that. I just don't remember which episode it is or which disc it's on. Um, is it at the end of season 1, 2, 3, or 4? I think I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be 3. I don't know why. I just got a good feeling about it being the end of season 3. Um. Okay, and then 1, 2. There we go. Yeah. So after we get this, uh, after we get this side of the street done, then we gotta put in the telephone electrical poles. Yeah, the telephone electrical poles, because it looks like we did the back porches already. Then we gotta go and put in, if we don't have them, all the street lights. Yeah, we don't have any street lights. Okay, anyway, we gotta put in all the street lights. What are you doing? BB, what are you doing? Really, you were sniffing the desk the whole time, huh? He wasn't. Don't let him lie to you. But, yeah. But anyway, I want to watch that today. I think. 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do this all the way down the street, then we can get this started when we come back. That's suspicious. Blue. And then bamboo. What? Dang, what did I... I'm like wondering what was I... Okay, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. But I'm wondering what the heck I was on when I came up with that was bamboo. Because that wouldn't have been bamboo the way I had the colors before. That's okay though. Oh, because that's when I had the... Okay, that's when I had the bamboo and... I had the bamboo over... over here. And then... No. I had the bamboo over there and then the crimson and then the blue. And that's not the way it is. But anyway... did I fix the house? Yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, I think this will make it a lot easier when we go and put in the driveways. Have you ever had part of a 16-pound cat on your bad knees? He doesn't see anything wrong with it because mommy shouldn't hurt because he doesn't hurt. Yeah. And why do I have bad knees? Because of Walmart. Yep. Well, actually, not because of Walmart themselves, because Walmart would have sent me to the emergency room and got my knees checked out. I would hope. But I got to work and she's like, get to work. Instead of, excuse me, I can't really work today. I am in major pain here. They're supposed to, they're supposed to take care of you between home and work and home. And they didn't do it. But that was 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't think I can do anything about it. Okay, so these ones have a back porch thing. Yeah, okay. Wow. I was only gonna do one side of the backyard things, and then I'm like, well, I probably need to do both. Oh my goodness. I'm, I'm just getting upset because it's taken so long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, and that I never have the colors right. I've done this 3 or 4 times now, and the colors have not been correct all the way down the line. Okay, now why did I do it that way? I have no idea. Okay, so this one's got it set up already. That's weird. Hey, look! A done house! Yay! I mean, it really is done. Oh, no. It needs one more finishing touch that I don't know why it didn't have in the first place. Error. I think what the deal was is that I was gonna go and oh, so if I do have one, it's not done yet because it doesn't have the driveways. Okay, I get it. I get it. Anyway, oh, wait a minute. No, no, no. Okay, so and then this one is so I think I will have it nice and done by the time that we get this far, but you never know. If you're looking at those two bricks, the one over here was this, and the one that we need was this. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, no, 4. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, oh wait a minute, no. No. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I was remembering that, but one of my books is called Betrayal. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because um, Morgan and Hayden, they've pretty much been together since, they were best friends when they were little, and he had to move out when he was 5 because one of his ship duties was comforting Morgan during a storm, but Katie got angry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. No. Okay. One of Hayden's duties when he was little was comfort Morgan through a storm, and Katie got angry about it. So if that's not what I just said, I'm sorry. And if it is what I just said, I had to hash out in my own head. So they ended up moving off the ship when Hayden was 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was 5. And we need the tree off the driveway. Okay, so that's pink. And then this one's pale. Is that foggy or is that render distance? Is that foggy or is that render distance? Just in case you didn't understand what I said, since I said oil was yawning. I don't like it when it gets foggy. Can't see anything. It's not, it's not a happy situation for me. Actually, one time we really needed to catch the bus. I want to say because we needed to get diapers for my daughter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not even sure. I might have been trying to get to work. But wherever I was going, really needed to catch the bus. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I thought that the bus might miss me because the fog was that thick, but we we were able to catch it and go where we needed to go. Well, that's not going to be there anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably going to be something else. Okay, and then the next one's the bamboo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is so weird. 2 bamboo houses? We never had one before, and then all of a sudden, this street, we got bamboo 2-story houses. Wow. Oh. We kind of need to do something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. And then this is oak. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was a song that, and I don't know if it's, I don't know that's bad for streaming. Just, um, like I kind of think that it's like something that you would say at a fair or something like that. Anyway, mom used to sing or recite or whatever. Um, or mama used to sing or recite whatever. Um, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell the people what she wore. 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't remember. I really can't remember what 5, 6, 7, 8 was. But she used to do that all the time, and I don't know why. But it's something I remember about my mama. Something else, yeah, I've been thinking about, like all kinds of people that aren't with us anymore lately. Not like, not like depressed or anything. It's just sad that they're not here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it took me a long time yesterday, but I needed to rewrite something because the way home from the school was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The way home from the school wasn't being described correctly. And that's because I don't think I had built it in Minecraft at that point in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it doesn't make sense that I wouldn't have unless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless it's been that long since I started writing that. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think I had it figured out yet. So I just kind of generically said, or I didn't want to like put that many words on the paper. On the page in Word. Maybe that was a thing. And so I just had it I had it worded very generically, and you can't do that. It doesn't work. Um, so what I ended up doing, oh, a pink 2-story again. Yay. I love pink 2 stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least in this build, my husband would not let me make a. I mean, he wouldn't let us paint our house if we had the ability to paint our house because that's part of the HOA. They all have to look cookie cutter. They all have to look the same. Except for that some people have um put like decorations on their fences so they can tell which cookie cutter house is theirs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know, calling it a cookie cutter house is kind of incorrect because usually somebody who's baking cookies and breaking their cookies up into, um, yeah, now I come up with that. Um, and breaking up their uh cookies into different shapes and stuff. Usually they have several different cookie cutters and they'll make like a puppy dog or this time of year, a Christmas tree, a star, snowman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe presents. I don't know if there is one for presents, but uh, I don't know if there is one for presents, but two, three. If I could, I would definitely be having ones that look like presents and ones that look like Christmas trees and candy canes and we used to have all kinds of neat cookie cutters. We had one that looked totally inappropriate though. It's supposed to be Bob and Larry from VeggieTales. Bob's a tomato, Larry's a cucumber. Okay, that's what the cookie cutter's supposed to be. You okay? Okay. Um, he was like twitching or something. Um, well, okay, so he was twitching, and I, the way he was doing it made me worried. I'm not like worried where like they sneeze and take him to the doctor right now or anything like that, because cats sneeze. That's just normal. But um, certain things I do get worried about because like Coral, just before it was her time, Coral, just before it was her time, she definitely, she was like, she was laying in the box, and um, she was laying in the box, and she was, she was acting like she was uncomfortable. So she went and, kind of flopped over to the other side, and that wasn't helping. And so she flopped over again, and then she flopped over again, and then she got up and uh basically went between the two chairs and, went on her extended vacation. But, I mean, so now I'm like super sensitive because I'm sorry, am I talking about that stuff and disturbing you? I'm sorry. And thank you for getting off my right knee. So, both of my knees are not the best in the world anymore because the right knee got slammed on the sidewalk 3 times in one winter, and the other one, I don't know what, I don't remember what's wrong with the other one. Maybe I fell in it too, but I don't think so. I don't know. But anyway, whatever happened, um, whatever happened, I don't need a 16-pound cat on my knee. Even though the whole entire thing is, I, the whole entire cat is not on my knee. It still does not feel good. Um, but, you try to explain that to your baby and see how far you get, so. Let's see here. Yeah, so I kind of think that this is a good way to break up the monotony of, the boringness of, um, of repainting houses is to go and get certain things ready to go here. Because we're that close. We're on 8 and we just need to get to 10. So if we get all of this ready to be, um, ready to get worked on later, then it'll be great. I just kind of wish I had thought of this way down the street there. Because you don't go and get out of... okay, there's one person that I can think of that does. They live down the street from my in-laws. But normally you don't go and back out of your garage or driveway and then go up just to go down again. Um, like I said, one house does actually have that. They live down the street from my in-laws, and it's just really weird. Okay, notice we're only doing this for driveways. Not doing this for pathways because we still have the because we saw the pathway that's going to the house. There we go. Okay, so confession, I'm getting kind of bored of doing this. But the good news is that, as soon as we're done with this part of the street, then we can go and, I mean, this part of the project, then we can go and go back to what we were doing, and it'll be good. What the heck? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Don't show me. Sorry, I was trying to get a video to show me how long it was. And apparently it doesn't want to, it did not want to tell me. I had just looked at it though, so it's like almost 4 hours. I was wondering how long it had before it was gonna stop playing. Okay. Because I am playing Pop's Disney Adventures from probably a month ago. I'm not sure. With my um with my YouTube watching, I'm like a month behind, which is ridiculous. I'm trying to get a lot more watched because there's a lot in there where they're probably, I mean, there's a lot of videos in there that are like 2 and 3 minutes long, and then uh and you can watch them really easily, and then there's the big ones that are like Pop's Disney Adventures, Fwip, um, some of the Waddles ones. Waddles and Fwip do Minecraft, Pop's Disney Adventures, as the name says. He goes to Disney parks mostly, and like Disneyland, like every day. Sometimes I think sometimes he has gone to Knott's Berry Farm, but I'm not entirely sure. But mostly he's a Disneyland guy. Um, yeah, he's just like older and retired, and I think I'm not sure if he's retired, but he like goes into Disneyland and shows us everything. He goes on the rides, but he doesn't go on some of the rides that I would love him to go on, like Space Mountain, the Matterhorn. I think he did go on the Matterhorn once recently, or maybe that was Fresh Baked. Anyway, I have too many videos on my list to try to catch up on. But I'm trying. I really am. There's a lot. I may just have to go through the whole entire list and watch all of the um, like while I'm editing my books. List. I mostly listen to them. I don't always watch them, but at least if it gets points for being seen and watched all the way through, that helps out the person that has that channel. So I'm willing to do that. But what I was trying to say is that I might have to go through there and go, okay, I want to watch all of I'm gonna call them Don't Stop Meowing because I cannot pronounce the other word. But like all of Don't Stop Meowing's videos, and then that's what I'm calling them for both of their channels, because Don't Stop Meowing is one of their channels, and then there's the one with their last name, and I don't want to butcher it. Otherwise I'd advertise it, because they've got 3 cats. They had 3 cats, and one of them passed away recently. And I totally felt bad for them because I know what it feels like, because Coral passed away in January. And So they went and they've got a pet cemetery where they live, and I thought that was really cool. They have a pet, they have a pet cemetery, and so that's where they put their cat. Her name was Sky, and she was a nice cat. Anyway, um, while they were visiting, this cat walks up to them, and so far they've named her Princess. Um, they ended up uh, talking to the cemetery people, and they're like, no, she just got here recently. And it turns out that somebody dumped her off at the pet cemetery. And originally she was pregnant with kittens, of course. Well, duh. But yeah, she was pregnant with kittens. And they ended up basically giving her an abortion because apparently she was way too skinny, and nobody knows why either. But she was way too skinny to like give birth to those babies and live. So they decided that it was more important to keep the mama alive than the babies. And did I go far enough? I don't know. Okay, oh, well, the driveway and the driveway. Yeah, so I think we still need to go that way. Driveway. Okay, that's pink. That's pale. Crimson. Warped. Bamboo. Um, Oak. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a driveway. That's a driveway. That's a driveway. That's a driveway. Okay, wait. Wait. Oak, spruce, birch, um, jungle. I used to know by looking at it. Um, Acacia, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, pale. Oh yeah, okay, down there. Crimson, warped, bamboo. I'm like staring at it going, what was it again? I don't know why. I don't know, stuff that should be rapid fire in my brain. Like I use this all the time. I think I should know what it is. I don't. And then some of the stuff that I never cared about before in my life, like some of the answers for Jeopardy, I'm like, oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. And I remember it exactly. Anyway, doing little stuff like this is gonna help um, because it's gonna feel like, okay, I just have to put in the driveways and the pathways and I'm done. Yes. The next one. Yeah, okay. 4. Because I get a little, I get like a little bit lazy and go, I don't want to do that right now. One, two, three, four, five. And then I'm mad that it's not done. It's like, yeah, if you're going to say that I don't want to do that right now, of course it's going to be not done. And, like, there's a whole bunch of people who would probably go and say this is taking too long and not even do it. One, two, three, four, five. But when your world gets corrupted, and I think their exact words were build it again. You know, but I've only been building this since last year, so it's actually pretty good. No, I haven't even built. No, I've built building the previous one since, or I had been building the previous one since last year. This one I've only been building since I think July. No, maybe it was April. I don't know, sometime last year. One, two, three, four, five. So no, sometime this year. Sorry, sometime this year. So, I've been on here for 3,054 days. I don't think that's exactly accurate. I think it's a little more than that because I forgot to turn that on. So there's like maybe 7 days or something like that, or I didn't have the day counter on there. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. That does not count as singing. Okay. That does not count as singing because first of all, I just said it. I didn't, actually do it, and then, I didn't actually sing it, and uh, anyway, it doesn't count. I lost track of what I was even thinking. It's okay though. That's just me. One, two, three, four. Okay. Nope. Nobody's chatting with me. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, there's days when I'm like totally monitoring it, right? I'm like looking over and trying to make sure that I get all the chatters. And then there's other days when like Dreamlight Valley days when I'm like totally ignoring it and I have five chatters. Probably not five, but a lot. One, two, three, four. Because of course, right now I call three a lot. I might even call two a lot. One, two, three, four, five. You know, Saturday, so the day before yesterday, my mother-in-law was supposed to go to a photo club Christmas party thing. And I was gonna go. I mean, I, I mean, I would, I would have wanted to go if their photo club was not a popularity contest. I'm, I'm sorry, I'm upset about that because it's like, oh, I know that's Jennifer's picture. I've got to vote for Jennifer, or I'm throwing out names. I don't know that there's actually a Jennifer. Anyway, and oh my gosh, that's Jody's picture. I've got to put, I've got to vote for Jody. Jody won't be my friend if I don't, you know, vote for her picture. Yeah, because there was like some that I realized that mine wasn't very, um, mine wasn't like very, two, three, four, five. Um, I want to say that mine didn't have a nice background, and it did show the insect a of a lot better than everybody else's pictures. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be big headed about that, but mine there was details. Everybody else, some of them even had the bug out of focus. And it was it was supposed to be a bug. Take a picture of an insect, and one, two, three, no, four. Anyway, it was take a picture of a bug or insect, and I'm looking at theirs and going, that is hideously out of focus. These are, you know, amateur professional photographers. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of them is a professional photographer, and the bug is out of focus. It's supposed to be the um the subject. It one, two. It's the subject. It's the thing that you're photoing. So anyway, there was some that I did not vote for, and everybody else did. In fact, I don't think there was 5 photos that I wanted to vote for. Anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. And we don't need this sidewalk piece anyway, because that's the part of the sidewalk where, it dips down so the car can get out, and then, you go back onto the sidewalk. It's that part. So it's pretty good the way that I built it. I don't exactly like it, but how else are you gonna do it? I could not think of a different way to do it, so I didn't. I didn't come up with anything different. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. And 5. Too bad that is dark instead of spruce. See the difference? Yeah. Too bad. I don't know why, but all of a sudden his 2 stories kept on having 2 different roofs. We have no idea why. He used command blocks to do this, and we don't know. It was weird. And he thought I was going to get all upset at him, and I'm like, no. You that's pretty much an easy fix. Getting some of those buildings over there out of the way, that's not an easy fix, but We're gonna do it. Um, I'm talking about the ones over by the hospital. We really need to work on the mountain. Um, we really need to work on the mountain. We really need to work on a whole bunch of different projects around the thing here, around the world here. But they'll get done eventually. Most people I've noticed are like, let's build medieval stuff because one, two, three, four, five, because that's what Minecraft is. It's medieval stuff. And I'm like, okay. I asked my husband, what should I build? And he's like, well, I'd like to see your I would like to see what you see when you see your when you see your stuff in your books, what do you see? And so I started building that, and we started building it on, because my husband did help me a little bit. One, two, three, four, five. My husband did help me a little bit, and he helps me a little bit here and a little bit there. Anytime you see uh, a house with the lanterns, he did that. I am not crying, just in case you heard what I heard. My voice is just going weird. One, two, three, four. Okay. Um, one, two, three, four, five. Anyway, he has helped me. He doesn't like to necessarily because he likes to play Farm Simulator and GTA and, anything but Minecraft. He's the one that, got me into Minecraft, and then he just goes and ditches it. But he is the one that told me how to make a creative world, and I am happy about that. One, two, three, four, five. But there's with my YouTube videos I haven't watched yet. There's also the small problem of, okay, so this house would be this color. We're not counting those houses because those houses are probably going to be turned into the high school. But the high school is pretty dang big, and I don't know if it would be small enough to not reach the old cereal factory way over there. Really, what I need to do is start building it from the, from over there. Not the old cereal factory. I mean, not at the old cereal factory, but do 100. Well, we'll say 50 to 100 blocks, and then start the high school kind of thing. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's 3 hours, 59 minutes, and some seconds, and where am I? Oh, we're here. And, this is driving me crazy. What am I doing? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only problem is it's 10:57, and that means that I am um, supposed to stop. I know it says till noon, but that's when I 1, 2, 3, 4. That's when I go over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So, yeah, like, okay, so there's a thing called an angel tree at like Walmart's, and at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's corporate wide. Um, it just means that they've got a Christmas tree in the, at the front of the store, and you can go to customer service and get a tag for your child so they can get a gift for so they can get a gift for Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're too poor to get one yourself. Like when you're in South Lake Tahoe, Ashley really wanted a pair of ice skates. And I think it was either something with her school or the the kids dealers. I don't remember which one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, they weren't kids dealers. They were because CPS was kids dealers. But this was the people who were like supposed to be monitoring us and making sure everything was okay in the house. And of course, no, that was the other guy. I think that lady I think the lady I'm thinking of was supposed to be like helping us uh keeping us on track. So everything was gonna be okay, but it ended up not being okay. Um anyway, whatever she was there for. And anyway, so Ashley got her ice skates for Christmas, which of course meant that one of us had to get ice skates, and since they didn't have ice skates my husband's size, 14 wide, um, since I didn't have them in his size, I got some. I'm a good roller skater. If you would have given me 2 blades instead of 1, I might have been, I might have been okay. But of course, ice skating, you only have 1 blade under each foot, and that wasn't necessarily a good thing. I stayed up, but I was going to take a ice skating class, but she's telling me to ski very awkwardly, with my knee bent a certain way, and it's like, I can't really do that. If I do it the way that you say to do it, then I'm going to fall on my butt and hurt myself. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went there and I'm like, no, please take me out of that class. I went to um, the the college office and was like, no, just take me out of the class. Because I obviously wasn't going to be a professional skater. I just wanted to learn how to do it better, and I could not get myself away from the wall without freaking out that I was going to fall on my butt. And maybe, since I am very talented on how to get hurt, like I literally smashed my thumb with my head one time on a bumper car. But, since I am very talented at how to get hurt, um, yeah, one time I hit my head on a brick planter. It was a brick formation that, held plants, and it hit my head on there, and I don't know that I blacked out. I'm pretty sure I didn't, and I thought I slow falled. I thought I slow fell, but maybe not. I have no idea. Um, but anyway, I still hit my head pretty dang hard on that thing, and yeah, I'm not really trying to tell stories that I've already told, but they're the only ones I have, so I use those as examples. I'm very talented at how to get hurt. Anyway, long story short, too late. I was thinking that I was gonna fall in such a way that the blade was going to uh go into certain parts of the backside of me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna have to go to the emergency room and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I couldn't really get away from the edge without freaking out. So we just went there like it was a skating rink instead of an ice skating rink. Like we'd go there on Saturdays and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I think this will be really good when we're done. Right. This one's done. I'm going to be wondering what my thought pattern was here. And I'm going to get to that color. And I'm going to go, oh my goodness. So this one, since it's done, and you're probably wondering what makes you think it's done. It's the correct color for once. It is actually supposed to be dark oak, and it is a dark oak 2-story already. So, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so it's done already, and I'm happy, but I'm still leaving the color because, like I said, if I don't have the color there, then I think it's the next color over, and, that's just not true. So, to keep me from going crazy, Okay, and then I need... And I can put in the garage door because it's all done. There. Oh, okay. Almost all done. I need to take this roof off. The second roof off. We don't need a second roof. It's well insulated. It will stand the test of time. Now, the good thing about this one is since it's supposed to be dark oak, then we do not have to worry about it being the wrong color at the top here because that's dark oak too. Yeah, so I'm going over today. Oh my goodness. It's almost a 3-hour video. I started a tiny bit late, so, me being over a little or a lot is not going to be too bad. But yeah, if I can go around and get all of the houses the correct color and everything, then I will be happy. Of course, I started putting in the driveways too. Yeah. It's going to take a while, but at least I don't have to do this house. I like that. You don't have to do anything with the, except for when it ends up on a 2-story. But you don't have to do anything with the bamboo houses because you generically put in the houses as bamboo. And then the dark oak 2 stories, you don't have to change anything. It's awesome. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, but that 2-story bamboo house is gonna be interesting. Okay, and then this is it's gonna be we're gonna do it, no problem. But it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, it's a 2-story bamboo house. Can you even make a real house 2-story from bamboo? I don't look at a whole lot of bamboo houses. That's why I'm asking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now cherry. Now I'm wondering if you go and take out part of a mangrove tree, is it going to grow back exactly where it was before? Or is it going to behave itself and stay away? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Those trees are, the mangrove trees are probably the only tree that I could decently use barrier blocks if I needed to. Okay, I would show you the barrier block, but I don't have it with me right now. Sorry about that. Okay. I don't know. That might be part of a song. That might not just be dabba dabba doo boos. Um. Like I want to be sitting here going da 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 da, and I want to um da 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 da, yeah. But you get in trouble if you know sing other people's songs, and I think those should be just public domain because everybody knows that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like singing happy birthday. Not saying I don't want the maker of the song's family to not get royalties on it, but it's like everybody knows it. You should be able to sing it and just say, okay, I know that. Okay, everybody knows that the person that I'm about to say did not do either one of those songs, but like you should be able to say that this is a song by Johann Sebastian Bach, and play the song. And that's the way it used to be, according to my sister, because she had I don't know, she had the teddy bear song, gummy bear song, something like that. Anyway, my niece and my brother-in-law were messing around one day, and they sang that whole entire song. Um, with with the people who sang it, or they danced to it, or something like that. Anyway, whatever the deal was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they didn't get copyrighted at the time because they said exactly who did the song and that they don't own the rights to it, and all that stuff. Well, then all of a sudden I think they did get copyright on it because the people, YouTube question mark, yeah, I guess it would have been YouTube, said that it was a copyright thing. So anyway, weirdness. Why would they decide that it's a copyright thing all of a sudden too? Okay, so that is spruce. That is not. It's not the same thing. I do have to do that one. Wait! We've got a driveway! So I'm totally thinking about making a second copy of this world. The only problem when you make a second copy is that you end up having to build the same stuff the same way in the other copy, in in the original copy. And anyway, the idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, is to put snow all over the place instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of some of the materials. um or at least put the snow, the snow not snow slabs, the one that kind of looks like a pressure plate. I am sorry this is taking so long. I just didn't think that it was going to take this long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I just didn't think this was going to take this long. I really was going to stick to just the one street, and then I went off into this street, and yeah, it's Mangrove Street. Isn't it nice? Yeah. Weird mangrove trees that I think would look great in a swamp. Isn't that... I'm just thinking about that. Isn't that really neat that, like, in a storybook, you can have stuff like a swamp? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's, like, right next to the forest. Or, like, the castle is surrounded by a swamp. You can do whatever you want or you can pretty much do whatever you want in a book that, stuff that you can't even do in a movie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although I might be wrong now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because my sister, I don't know if she's like listening to my brother-in-law or if they looked it up, but she said that you can get in trouble for writing certain things in a book. If you're writing a book and you write certain things in there, that's not okay. And I'm like, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that they were thinking, like, in the specific situation that we're talking about. Like, if you have a 23-year-old guy and a and a 6-year-old, and they're in the room together, and he's given her kisses. Not like daddy-daughter kisses, but, kisses. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not okay, but I think in the situation of the way I've got it in my books, that it's okay. Really? Every once in a while it does that and pulls out the... What am I doing? Pulls out the one underneath also, and you didn't want it to. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so that's pink, and this pale. Yeah, and look, it says 8 from this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I think the way that I've got it, to where there's Sean and Ashley, and they're doing kisses. I think that's different. I'm not sure, but they're around the same age, and they're a year apart, so they're around the same age, and except for that, Sean is going to turn 18 before she does. I think it'll work in the with the... You know what? Yeah. Anyway, I think it'll work. But I got them doing one weird thing. Anyway. Okay, that is Crimson. So this is a warped house. I think this is still the colors messed up from before. So, wait. Yeah, no, that's got colored houses. What? Okay, I'm confused. I'm just confused. Wow, I'm confused. Huh. Okay, so that's an 8. So is 9 this way? Yeah, 9 is this way and 10 is this way. Okay. Oh, so I'm going that way. Okay. Yeah, I got lost for just a moment there. I almost want to take a day off, but if I want to get this done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost want to take a day off with my book so I can do Dreamlight Valley and get the moonstones and all that, but I made a commitment to myself that I would actually, that I'd actually try to get it done. But I do want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do want to try to. Hey, we got another one that's bamboo. Yay! I I want to do. Okay, I want to do the one chapter, and then I want to do the other chapter. Because it's only like 3.5 pages, or was that the? Oh, yeah, it might still only be 3.5 pages, but no. What I did was I went and took the 9 page, 9.5, whatever it was, page chapter and busted it down even further because like they're at the high school and she's driving without Sean for the first time. And whether she's angry at him or not, she'd rather have Sean with her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he got himself suspended. So the story that they told the nurse is that they found Danny McAndrews in the football field on the shady side of dead, and they brought him to get medical attention. And you'll have to read the book to find out what happens in Lessons in Love. But that's what they told the nurse. Well, William does not believe that that is what happened. William knows his boy is way too much. I mean, way too good. And he's pretty sure that there's more to that story than that. So, anyway, the principal decided that they're the ones that did the thing to, yeah. Um, the principal thinks that they did it, and whether they did it or not, they're suspended. Just for one day, though. Because there is no proof one way or the other. Because, the blood on their hands and clothes could have been from, getting him to the nurse. Nobody knows. 1, 2, 3, 4, except for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyway, she's driving home. Um, Chantel's in the passenger seat. So she's got Ashley's phone in her hand, and Sean is there on speakerphone just in case. And he must be tracking her on some kind of device because, he's saying, okay, you're coming up on a stop sign. What do you do? And, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, okay. Um, and getting her exactly to the spot that she needs to be. Well, there's one little problem with what I wrote because I thought it was a straight drive down the street, and it's not. Oh, an interesting fact about my story here: you will never see a two-story house on the one because you have houses on the 7, and then you would have it on the 1. That does not work. You'd have 2 in a row, and that's not the way I wanted it. So, yeah, we don't have them on the 1. I'm wording it that way because Patrick Swayze, Dirty Dancing, is telling her find the 2. I'm pretty sure it was find the 2. Um, and I found out that one of the, I think it's one of the ladies that worked on Dirty Dancing, she's the one that all happened to, and she reworked it a little bit. 5. Okay. She reworked it a little bit, but basically that's her story there. And I thought that was pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I was watching a YouTube video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the behind the scenes, maybe both. But yeah, that's her story. So I thought that was really cool. Oh. Okay. Ugh. Oh. No. Okay. Tell myself no. Now, if there happened to be a kid that was asking for a cookie before dinner, maybe that was the same answer, but I was not going for that. Speaking of cookies, I don't know if I talked about that yet, but yesterday we got sent over, we got asked over to um, my mother-in-law's house to decorate their tree because she can't stand up for long periods of time without having something hurting. And my father-in-law probably wouldn't be able to see well enough to decorate the tree. But they bribed us with gas money and sugar cookies. So, so we both went over and they got a little tiny tree. It's only 3 feet, and it was kind of it was kind of upsetting because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're trying to find a good spot to put ornaments, and you find out you got two reds next to each other because the tree's so tiny. Apparently, my mother-in-law's uh my mother-in-law's mother, whatever you want to call her, um, she had a fake Christmas tree when they were growing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And um that's back when they looked like green pipe cleaners. They didn't look like a realistic tree. Now, my tree, you might be able to come in here and not even tell the difference. I love my Christmas tree and I hope it never breaks. Okay. Oh. Dang. Okay, see, and we got more of the ones with the um, lanterns. I don't know what made him want to put the lanterns in, but it looks nice. Don't get me wrong there, but they weren't supposed to be here. That's another thing. If you're building a house, would you be able to do it with all these different woods? I don't think you'd be able to do it with mangrove one. Really. Okay. Oh, it just sounded like Santa Claus on Miracle on 34th Street. Oh, I finally got to Miracle on 34th Street, and you'll never guess what happened. I fell asleep. So, I didn't, they were talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. I remember they were talking about the X-ray machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I remember they were talking about the X-ray machine, and okay, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. They're talking about the X-ray machine, and Gimbal finally says, "I can get it for cost." And Santa Claus is like, "Sorry, Mister." He's got this look on his face like, "Sorry, you lost, Mr. Macy." Because they gave him a check for being such a good Santa Claus, and they're both making money, so it was like, you know everything was going great. 2, 3, 4, but I don't think I got all the way to. I suppose you don't want to talk to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the mom tells Susan that that's her daughter. Tells Susan that she needs to keep believing because uh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. And a bit. And a bit. Okay. Um, that would be Tina speak. It's like when my brain does not want to come up with the real words, it just comes up with, whatever. But my husband's learning. A lot of the time, I'd say at least 80%. He can figure out exactly what I'm trying to say, and then if he can't, I start coming up with words that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that like describe it. Um, like I'll say the thing with the chocolate and the peanuts and we'll come to the realization that I'm meaning peanut M&Ms. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Peanut M&Ms was like the first thing that I thought of, but if we were gonna get a big jar, it would probably be the regular M&Ms or the Jelly Bellies. But like I can have sugary things because I was able to have a whole bunch of those cookies yesterday. Well, like 3 or 4 of them. I was able to have the cookies yesterday, and I was really happy about that. The only the only thing about the photo club is that last year I think it was wait 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, okay. So like last year I think they brought me a plate home of cookies and stuff, and this year they couldn't because I didn't. I mean, because my husband didn't go. Because he's not in the photo club. He was, he's just been a ride for me and my mother-in-law. My husband's the type that, sometimes cuts the heads off of people. I hate to say it that way, but he does. You would think the son of 2 photographers, not necessarily professional, but they went to college for it. 2, 3, 4. I mean, they studied it in college, not necessarily that's what they went for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's almost noon now. It's 19 minutes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it this long, but then I was like, oh my gosh, the colors are not matching. A bamboo one again. Yeah, but this is weird because we're not coming up. We keep coming up with the bamboo one. We don't come up with the. I mean, we haven't been coming up with very many other colors. Oh, and it is. I mean, it would probably pay a lot of money to be a gardener on a lot of these streets the um because a lot of these streets the um trees are going around the street lights and hugging them so they cannot have light no matter what. Okay, so this is oak. So the colors got messed up the one time, and I went and redid all or most of them. And then I had the problem of had to do it again and again and again. Yeah. Um, because I messed up, because I messed up one more time. We're gonna back this up. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the tree doesn't understand that it's not supposed to grow on the driveway. The tree just doesn't understand that. And I get it. But it needs to back off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I had a this one. When I was a kid, I had a record that was the Disney characters singing with somebody, and I'm hoping I wrote it down or noted it on Amazon, something like that, because I used to love that. Had like the 12 Days of Christmas, and I think it was Goofy. Yeah, yeah. I suddenly remembered something about that. Goofy was had the 5 golden rings line. Well, um, you know, 1 through 10, he's 5 golden rings. Yeah, on 11, it was 5 onion rings. I don't know if it was, in the script to sing that way, but that's how he sang it, and I loved it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And having him sing it that way is, I think, better because, like, usually when somebody sings that, um, when somebody sings the 5 golden rings, it's usually like 5 golden rings. Of course they sing it better, but I I don't see any problem with it being funny. Oops. And please don't ask me to sing any more pretend opera because that kind of hurt. There's days when I can. I don't hit high notes, but there are days when I can, at least pretend that I'm singing some kind of opera. I don't know Italian at all whatsoever, or any words to any operas. It's just, like I can pretend that whatever I am singing, put it in an opera kind of voice. But yeah, today, uh-uh. Well, we're getting down to the end of uh, a street section. Okay, okay, we're on Mangrove. I don't know, sometimes making funny noises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just resets my brain. My brain kind of understands. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. Um, a pink one! Yay! I think that means that the next one is going to be dark oak and we don't have to do anything about it. I don't know. Not entirely sure. Okay, pink. And then this is pale. Oh, excuse me, we're getting down to the corner and then we go this way? Yeah, I think so, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to find where the heck we were on 7 and keep 3, 4. We're going to go wherever we were on 7 and figure that out. So we'll do the rest of that tomorrow after Roblox or next Monday. I don't know. By next Monday, maybe we will. Oh, no, by next Monday, we will have 2 more sections of. Yeah, I think we'll have 2 more sections of 7 to do. So we'll have 14 houses. And. Oh, yeah, because we're all the way at the end there. Okay. Anyway, so we'll have 14 houses to do, and, with the colors. And then, unless we get more done on, like golf doesn't take very long to do, so we might take, long enough to do 14 houses then. We usually don't, because I'm trying to get Dreamlight Valley done too, and I'm trying to get Snow White to where she doesn't have anything to do, or trying to get boom. We're trying to get Snow White to where she doesn't have anything to do. We're trying to get Cruella to where she doesn't have anything for us to do for her either. And we're trying to get to where Cinderella doesn't have anything for us to do. And then we can concentrate on the star path. So I was going to come over here just to, I was going to come over here just to, come over here and say we'll see you in the next stream or video, but there's like 8 minutes left. Might as well use them up. Well, apparently stream-wise we've got 19 minutes, but I didn't think I started it at 19 after. What? I don't get it. I'm pretty sure I did not. Anyway, I get to go and go upstairs and then come back down here and get food and have some raspberry tea. I love raspberry tea. Brisk raspberry tea. That's my favorite. The one from I'm not trying to pick on them at all whatsoever, but the Great Value version tastes like water. Tastes like raspberry water. It's a little thicker than that, but it's a little thicker than that, but not really. I need to actually tell them that. Well, I need to test it out again and see if they fixed it. Okay. See if they fixed it, and if they didn't, I need to tell them about that because, people, I don't think they buy it very much. And it's like, it's not because it's such a bad product, it's just because it tastes more watery than it does raspberry tea. Now, if they just go and tell me, well, shake it up every time you have it, then maybe that'll be better, but I don't know. Yeah, I would, if I had my way, I would be buying every single cake in every store. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if the food bank actually is running right now because the government shut down. And I haven't heard an update on that either. But I don't know. Okay, 11:55. I don't know anything about that, so I haven't heard an update. I only know about the government shutdown because it was on YouTube News for a little bit there. I thought it was weird yesterday because I went and cleared the browsing history. Notice what I said, the browsing history on my YouTube because my TV keeps coming up with I don't know why that would affect the TV, but my TV keeps coming up with that it's too full and I guess passwords and stuff, but it's coming up with that it's too full and cannot function properly. Insufficient space, I think is the exact word. Anyway, yeah, it said that for several days now. We did something about it yesterday, and it still came up that way. Or did we do it on Saturday? No, I think we did it yesterday. Anyway, it didn't come up that way today. So maybe it was just that all the stuff that we've supposedly searched for and all the stuff that leaves cache, CACHE on your internet browser. Maybe that was it. I have no idea. Um, anyway. Okay, we got 3 minutes. I'm trying to stick to this. Well, I started at like 8:05, so if I go 5 minutes over, then, it could kind of be okay. But I may not finish this. So, because I need to go upstairs. Anyway, I may not finish this on stream, but I will finish it off stream. And yeah, because this is going to take too long. Um, yeah, and like I wish I could go and play the music that is. I mean, it kind of bugs me, so I had to turn it off anyway. Um, but I wish I could play the music on here for streams, and then, I mean, for like Monday streams, if I'm doing something on any other day, not have music on it. But they're like, that's copyrighted. Well, one of the copyright uh, strikes that they were trying to give me is that literally one of the copyright strikes that they were trying to give me is somebody had taken the obviously Minecraft music and turned it, put it on one of their songs that they made. So, unless you're trying to tell me, Mr. Walmart developer or Miss Walmart developer, or, well, it could be a Mrs. too. Anyway, unless a Walmart developer is the one who made that song, and it didn't sound like it. I know people make music when they're, like, say my age, but, it's less likely. You know what? Let's just finish this house. Problem is, I need to go upstairs. Anyway. Yeah, so I got a small problem because I want to finish those 2 chapters. Because I think they're both pretty short. And if that one chapter leads me into the next chapter that I know is only 3.5 pages, 3 1/4, whatever it was, if it does that, then I don't have to worry about it. I will just, I'll just get that one done too. But that's going to be a lot. Anyway, as soon as I do finish this, I will see you in the next stream or video. Because, like I said, okay, so my list of stuff to do today is I've got to do the litter boxes because tomorrow is garbage day. And I've got to do the, I've got to do a little bit of the laundry. He might have more than a little bit, but yeah, that's something I would like to get my husband. Some slippers for Christmas. Literally, the bottom of one of the slippers is, what was it? On a Harry Potter movie, question mark? A Harry Potter book, question mark? Oh, it's, maybe at Charlie and Chocolate Factory? I don't know. I think it was, I want to say it was Harry Potter. Um, anyway, I want to say it was Harry Potter, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, they said the uppers were, um, the uppers were not gripping to the lowers anymore. I can't remember the exact quote. And I don't exactly remember what I'm talking about either. But they were talking about shoes. The book that I'm thinking of, I think called them trainers. So, my head is trying to say that maybe those are sneakers. Or, I don't know. But whatever they are, Okay, so wait, so do I have all the on the other side of the street with the driveways and stuff? Oh, looks like I do. Okay. So that one is done. And yeah, that one's done. And I will see you in the next stream or video. But I'm going to hide under this tree so my character doesn't get rained on.